everybody, and welcome back to a quick look with the Casual Hour. I'm Chase Kennedy, the gamer on the go, and I'm joined by Bobby Pease. Hi, Bobby.
Hello.
You ready to survive?
Trying.
Yeah, I feel you, buddy. We're gonna play a little game that's not particularly new, but it's getting some second life. Let's say it's gaining some steam. Some might say. And it's Vampire Survivors. This game came out last year. It came out in March, actually, but it got a Steam version in mid-December of 2021, which means people are playing it now. And it's become quite popular in the early part of 2022.
What's the full version mean?
So the full version, I don't exactly know what the difference is. I don't think there is any difference at the moment, but this free browser version that you can find on itch.io is going to stay the way it is. But the Steam version, I believe, is going to continue to get updates. So right now, there's 7 characters that you can get, and that works on any of on either of the ways to play this. But it seems like the Steam version is going to continue to get updates, whereas this is going to live the way it lives. So Vampire Survivors. Let's get right into it. You can pick a character. I've unlocked them all. You have to unlock them with currency as you play. But we'll start with let's start with Antonio here. And each character has a starting weapon. You see that Antonio starts with a whip and a passive. So he deals 10% more damage every 10 levels. Whereas somebody like Imelda here, she starts with a magic wand and she gets more experience. And everybody's got different stuff that they do. We'll start with Antonio. I think he's one of the worst characters, but we'll start with him anyway. This game is a lot like... it's very inspired by Castlevania, for sure. We're going to turn off the hyper mode. Hyper mode, once you complete the game once, you can start the game much faster. So we'll just start in here. This is the game. You see Antonio here. He's whipping stuff. And this is a kind of a twin stick shooter in a way. I'm not actively deciding when to whip. The whip is happening on a timer, and I'm just moving around with a ASWD, WASD, as somebody might say, and then I'm timing it right so the whip will hit different enemies as I go by. Once I kill an enemy, I can collect the gems that they drop, and once I get enough gems, this blue bar gets all the way to the end here, and I level up, and now I can choose a new ability. So there are 2 types of abilities. You see in the top left here, there's this row, and this row is all of my offensive weapons, and then there's a row underneath, and that is a bunch of passive buffs that I can get. Right now, all 3 of these, I can choose between any one of them. These are all weapons that will take up another one of these slots. So you can only have 6 weapons equipped at a time.
Got it.
Let's go with the knife. I think the knife is good. So it just shoots a knife in front of you. I also have, we'll show this once I die, but I have a permanent buff that I've unlocked that doubles my weapons every time I start the game. So I start with 2 weapons instead of just a 1. That's why I'm whipping forward and backward and throwing 2 knives at once.
Got it.
So the knives, you see as I'm walking around, the knives shoot in front of me. The whip is always kind of in front and behind you as you're doing this. So, you're just killing enemies. You're picking up the gems they put down, and then you get another thing. These are all weapons again. I think the magic wand is one of the best weapons in this game, so we'll go with this. And now you see that I'm also shooting these 2 magic bolts, and those fire at the closest enemy to me.
Huh.
So it's it's kind of Risk of Rainish, where you're getting more powerful, but also the enemies are getting more powerful. You see this bat with a blue aura around it. That's a stronger character, and he drops a stronger gem in that red one that kind of gives me a level up right away at this early point in the game. So now, here are a couple of passive buffs. The Bracer increases my projectile speed. The Hollow Heart just gives me more health. I think these fucking birds are terrible as a weapon, so I'm not going to pick them. So we'll take the projectile speed, and basically, you see the clock there in the top middle. It's at 120 right now. It's kind of a race against the clock to get as many power-ups as you can, because every 5-minute intervals, the game seems to get way harder. I'm sure they're doing stuff in between the 5 minutes as well, but every 5 minutes something kind of major happens.
Okay.
And if you last for half an hour, then you've completed the game and a Grim Reaper comes out and he just instantly kills you. But that's good. You want that.
Do you think this game requires skill?
I think it does. Like, you're seeing at the early game, you're not seeing a ton of enemies, but you're going to get overwhelmed here really quickly. Probably once we get to the 5-minute mark, you'll start to see where things get kind of hectic. So what you can do, you can level up your weapons once you have them as well. So I already have the upgrade that has the double, but now I can have a third magic wand missile going out. So I want that. Now I'm shooting even more stuff. You can see definitely the Castlevania stuff. I just picked up a wall chicken. Well, I guess it's not a wall chicken, more like a torch chicken in this format. But
Right.
But now, like, stuff's coming out. You get these kind of waves of bats that show up every once in a while, and they can be annoying. It's not a one-hit kill for me. I've got a life bar here, so if I do touch an enemy and take some damage, I'm not completely screwed. But you have limited health, and those chickens don't show up all the time. Not every torch has the chicken. Some of them just have these coins, and these coins are the currency that you can use to make those permanent upgrades over the course of time.
Got it.
So it starts slow, but just things get real hectic real fast. The pentagram is something you unlock through an achievement. I hate the pentagram because it just erases enemies, and erasing them means they don't drop their gems. So sometimes it'll just kill a bunch of enemies, which is nice, but it doesn't actually give me the gems, so I'm not getting anything for it. It's kind of a panic button. I don't like that. So I'm going to pick the knife instead and get more knives. I like the knives because if somebody is surrounding you, you are just doing a bunch of damage right in front, and it gives you a way to get out. And also, eventually, if I power these up enough, those knives will pierce enemies. And so then I can make a real good hole if I can pierce through a bunch of enemies and get a bunch of stuff out of the deal. So stuff's just going to keep getting harder at this point. Trying to kill these stronger enemies because they'll drop they'll drop red gems, or they'll drop these treasure chests.
Ooh.
And these treasure chests will have extra buffs in them, so I don't have to level up, but they just give me another buff. And I think they always give you something that you already have. So I'm just going to power up my magic wand again. Let's see what it's going to do this time. It's going to reduce the cooldown by 0.2 seconds. So, and then I also got a red gem that leveled me up. Why don't we take the whip? I do like the Santa water. It's not holy water. It's Santa water.
Right.
That one's fun. It just kind of randomly throws out damaging zones in places, but that isn't always helpful because sometimes they're not where you need them to be. So I'm going to take the whip and just power that up a little bit more. So now I've got 3 whips going.
That's a lot of whip.
It's a lot of whip, for sure. And there are also, once you level these weapons up completely, there are like elite versions of them. Also, sometimes these torches can drop power-ups like this stopwatch, or pocket watch, I guess. Ooh. And now I'll freeze all the enemies on screen for 10 seconds. So that's a way to just kind of, get out, get some more gems. All right, now I have 4 options here. So I could take the whip again and get more base damage on that. Spinach is one of those passive buffs, and just doing more damage is always good. I've already got a bracer, so I could add another bracer and get even more speed out of things like the speed means like the projectile speed of something like the magic wand. Let's go with the whip.
Okay.
All right. So you see, we've leveled up from bats to now skeletons. Lots of new fun enemies who take a little bit more damage, but we've been power leveling enough where we can still kind of take these guys out in one hit. Now we've also got ghosts coming. let's take another weapon here. Let's take the Rune Tracer, which passes through enemies. It kind of bounces around. It's not the most helpful, I think, but I think it has its uses. If you can get it really powerful, then it can also just cut through a bunch of enemies and kind of make a path for you if you need it.
Lots of gems out there.
Lots of gems. You know, you try to collect them as best you can, but you're also trying to... You get to a point where you're kiting around enemies, and you're trying to kite them in a way that you can get back to the gems that you want. Let's keep going whip. I have not gotten the fully powered up whip yet, so I kind of want to see that if we can get to it.
How do you know when it's fully powered?
It'll be a different weapon entirely.
Okay.
It'll tell you that, hey, this is the good version of it. And it's possible those only come out of treasure chests.
Got it.
And often you need to have a different a special passive put on that will, like a corresponding passive buff. Here we go. Now we're at the 5-minute mark. You see I've got all these piranha plants that are now boxing me in, and I've got this big boss enemy of this praying mantis. Now I'm leveled up enough where I'm doing quite a bit of damage. These piranha plants take a lot of damage, but if you are able to cut through them, then you can just get out for free.
Got it.
But they take enough damage where that's not always possible, so you kind of just have to kite them around and hope. But for this first one, they go away after, as you just saw there, they go away after a little bit. But they'll come back at 10 minutes, and they'll get a little tighter next time. So I've got to be careful, and I got to get my power up while I can. So,
those damn piranha plants.
Yeah. So part of me is trying to survive, obviously. That's the name of the game. But another part of me, you know, when you have the different risk-reward power creep stuff going on, sometimes you're strong enough where you can take the fight to them, which I was trying to do with that praying mantis, so I could get this level up and then this treasure chest that's about to come. So I'll take the magic wand, and then we'll grab this treasure chest, and it should be another power up here. Okay, another knife power up. We'll see what that gets. Sometimes these treasure chests can give you more than one item. They can give you 2 or 3 or sometimes even 5. That's depending on a luck stat that you can either get more passives to enhance. You can get something outside of the game where you can build that permanently, and then there's even a temporary buff that you can find in some of the torches that will give you a 4-leaf clover that gives you a little extra luck too. So we got another knife. So now we're just shooting hella knives.
Nice. Knives out.
Oh yeah. So we're doing pretty well right now. We're cutting through stuff. And also, once you unlock some of those buffs permanently outside of the game, we'll see them once I die. It's a little bit like Hades, where hey, you've become pretty good at the game. You've unlocked a lot of passive stuff. You're going to get through more of the game than you did when you first started.
Sure.
Just because you have more things available to you. All right. Let's take the clover. The clover, again, that's that luck. And
sure.
I don't know what passive I need to unlock the special version of the whip. So we'll just kind of start taking passives and see what we can get. I'm also trying to keep these chickens around. Ooh, there's another one that just came out of the torch. That's perfect.
Somebody's gonna die for some chicken.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to keep these chickens available so I can pick them up when I need them, because they don't despawn, which is nice. Oh god, oh, all those fucking bats come out in waves. But sometimes you can take advantage of that by, hey, I just timed my whip right. I got it, so I hit a bunch of them.
The old whip.
Mm-hmm. So those coins don't do you anything right now, but those once we die here, if we die, who knows? We might keep going. That's what you use to buy your upgrades as well. So it's a little bit like Rogue Legacy in that way.
Sure.
But now you're seeing things are getting kind of hectic. I'm getting a lot of enemies. I have to have relatively pixel perfect movement to kind of get these go through these holes that show up. Also, there's a bit of a glare on my screen, which is not helping.
No, never.
But we'll get
There's
through.
no pause, right?
There is. I could hit escape and pause, but we're fine. We'll make it through. Okay, we're at about the 8-minute. Oh, see, that's the other bad part about. Oh god, that's so bad. That's the bad part about those bats. Even though the bats aren't very strong, when they show up in a group like that, they push other enemies, other potentially stronger enemies. I need to find that chicken that I left on the ground somewhere. No, where is it? It was down here somewhere, right?
Where's the chicken?
Oh, this is... I mean, we're fine, but I wish we were a little more fine,
But we want some chicken.
Yeah, okay. That'll work, too. Treasure chest is nice. All that goes... I'm going to adjust my chair a little bit so I've got a little less glare. Okay, another... rune, whatever the hell that thing's
tracer,
called.
whatever.
Yeah, thank you. So base damage and base speed. Ooh, Bobby, I've got two incredibly good weapons here. One is the cross. The cross is just really good at making space. But the garlic is the best weapon in the game. It is just an AoE effect that goes around you, and it constantly damages enemies. And once you get it strong enough, it becomes really large, that area. And it does quite a bit of damage, and it is extremely good for taking out the kind of trash enemies. Like when those groups of bats come at you, you just can walk right into them because they'll die before they can touch you. So now you see I've got that little aura around me. There's that chicken.
That's the garlic.
That's what my garlic's doing, yeah. And there's another
chicken.
one, so we'll grab that as well. So now I can even kite enemies a little bit. I can just kind of get close to them and do a little extra damage with the garlic. But now I've got these big red bats that are pretty tanky. All right, so I can just walk into these bats. I don't give a fuck about these small bats anymore. Fuck those small bats. Like that's just free real estate, baby. All right, we're gonna keep picking up gems. We're getting close to the 10-minute mark. And that means those piranha plants are going to come back again. Let's keep leveling up the whip. Now, I'd like to find more torches if possible, because there are some other power-ups in those torches that could come in really handy right now. There's one that just sucks in all the... And I got another timer thing, that's okay. There's one that just sucks in all of the gems that are on the ground, and you just gain a ton of levels at that point. Okay, another whip. That's good.
That one looks different.
Nah, it's the same, unfortunately. But more base damage and more base area. That's okay. That'll work out.
All right,
10 minutes, and there they are. Okay, this cross, this is actually perfect for this. It just kills everything on screen. Boom.
Wow.
Fuck all those piranha plants. that was absolutely perfectly timed. I think I would have had enough damage to get out of them, though. Okay, another whip bonus. That's good. Are we going to get another whip or more damage? More damage. Okay, fine. Another level up. Let's take the magic wand. So I'm just going to go around in a circle. It didn't kill all of them. It just kills all the ones currently on the screen.
Yeah. But you have a way out.
Yeah, it definitely gave me a way out. I can just...
And you killed the boss.
And I killed that boss immediately, yeah. I probably didn't need to take that chicken up at this point. Could have saved that. So part of me, like right now, I'm kind of just a walking killing machine. I'm not too worried about enemies.
Right.
Honestly, I could just stand here and probably do fine for a bit. But you're going to get to a point where they just bring out stronger stuff. So you need to keep going, keep grabbing as many power-ups as possible, and try to stay on the right side of that power creep. Because eventually things get... Well, there you go. Things get nuts. But thankfully, this garlic's going to be able to do a lot of good work. Let's keep taking the clover. So this seems bad. You know, it seems like there's a lot of enemies, but these knives are able to really break through.
Sure.
And kind of get me free. Okay, don't need that right now. Money's good, but not... Really want the one that gives me all the power-ups at once. And I was hoping that by upping my luck, I'd get that a little faster. Okay, we can keep upping the luck. We could get another knife. Knife's pretty good. The Bible is also really good, but at the beginning, it's not that great. You need to power it up a few times.
Is it in addition to something, or does it just replace, or how does that work?
That's just another weapon, the Bible. It'll flow around you.
That's not a bad thing to have.
Yeah, it's not bad, and I would get a second one immediately because of that power-up that I have. The thing is, I'm close to like fully powering up the knife, the whip, and the magic wand. Man, getting this clover, that would up my luck by 30%. I think it might actually be 40% because I picked up that free clover on the ground. That could get me some really good stuff, though. And also, the more luck you have, the more possibility that you get 4 items. So you see when I leveled up here, I got 4 items instead of 3 to choose from.
Right.
That's a luck roll as well. You know what? Just to show something different, we'll get the Bible. So I'll have 2 Bibles that'll eventually fly around me and do some AoE. Once you get enough Bibles and enough garlic, you're kind of just a walking tank.
Right.
My problem with the Bibles is that they're on quite a decent cooldown. You'd want them to come out a little bit faster, but that is something that you can get by continuing to upgrade them.
Throwing the Bibles at them.
Oh yeah. All right, now that I've kited these guys, I'm gonna try to go back around to get that. I think I've got wolfmen coming at me now. Wolfmen and ghosts. Okay, here's a bunch of good. There we go. Candelabra's pretty good. Or Candelabrador. That's funny. Just upping the area. It would up the area of my garlic and also the area of all my other attacks. The magic wand, though. Magic wand is so good. And it gets to a point where once you power it up enough, you are never stopping shooting them. And that gets to be quite good. Because those just go after the closest enemy. Which is very handy once you get surrounded. Or once you're trying to like move in a single direction. Because they're just going to keep coming at you that way. Oh, there's a red gem. Oh, a couple red gems.
There's one in front, one to your right, and one to the north.
All right, we'll take the third Bible. Take that. Okay, there's another stopwatch. That's helpful. Okay, we could take another Bible, or we could take I think the whip. We're getting close to number 10 here. Definitely want the garlic to get that extra damage. Oh, okay, we're just getting a lot of levels now. I think maybe the knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe the knife. All right, let's get that that pocket watch. Okay. Oh, there's a second pocket watch, so we'll probably come back and grab that. Okay, all these ghosts. Fuck these ghosts. Look at that. Fuck off. You can't touch me. With your weak ass ghost powers. You ain't nothing. All right, lots of dudes though. That's a lot of money there.
That's a lot of money.
Colored ones. Okay, making a hole. That's good. It feels like you're surrounded. Sometimes you just gotta stop and let the damage do its thing. Wait for those Bibles to come out, get a little extra damage. Some of this stuff. Let the ghosts come, grab some of those
Man, just a
extra
sea of
gems.
enemies.
Oh yeah, it's getting a little tough. I still need that power up that gives me all the stuff at once.
We're about a minute away from another big deal.
There's a box. Take that. Okay, another rune tracer. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean,
So now I'm not going to get any more weapons. You see, I've got all my 6 weapons there at the top.
Okay.
So I should only be getting power-ups for my current weapons or those passives. Oh, I hate those big red bats. They have such big hitboxes. Okay, I want to take out that white bat because I think he'll give me another box. There's just too many enemies, though. I think I'd rather grab these torches, see if I can get something good out of them. Oh, no. I'm getting touched a lot. That sucks. Oh, I'm dead.
Wow.
Well, damn. All right, see, it can turn on a dime like that. All right, we'll quit out. You get to see, hey, you lived this long, you get that much money. And then you can come back out here to the beginning, and you can go to this power-up screen, and I have 791 gold here. You can see I've already powered up a few different things. And let's see, what do we want here? Just doing extra damage is nice, and we can afford that.
Always a good thing.
Can't afford the extra experience, but that'd be nice sometime. Extra duration, so that would keep those Bibles going a little bit longer. Let's go with a little bit more power just to see. So we've got a little bit more power there, and I'm not going to do a full start of the game again, but I want to show you the hyper mode just to show you how different it can be. Also, I guess I should say who makes this game. This is developed by Poncle and Poncle, and it's on itch again for free if you're playing it like I am, but it's $3 on Steam if you want to get that version. Unfortunately, the Steam version is only on Windows machines right now, which is why I have to play it like this. Let's go with Gennaro here because he also has a permanent +1 to projectiles. So that means I'm actually going to get 3 projectiles to start with. He also starts with a knife, which I think is pretty good. So we'll turn on hyper mode, which also ups your gold multiplier. But once we get in here, we zooming, baby. Look at how fast we are.
Whoa.
Everything's fast. And I think this is, the original way to play the game is also quite fun, but I like this version quite a bit. It just, it feels great. Let me grab a level up or something and see if we can get anything cool. Let's show the lightning ring off real quick. It's not the best. It's not the best weapon, but just randomly these lightning bolts will come down and hit an enemy like that. And since I've got the permanent thing up, it can be. Usually only strikes one enemy. You can get power-ups that'll let it up its area, but it's not the best, but it's okay. And then sure, let's take these birds so I can show you these too. It looks cool. Like, oh, look at all these missiles these birds are shooting, but they're pretty inaccurate. I don't find them to be a very useful thing. Like, it gives you that circle to kind of give you an idea of where they're gonna go, but it doesn't really. I don't feel like it hits them all that well. But Bobby, this is Vampire Survivors. It's free, and it's great.
It's free or 3.
Yes, it's free or 3. Honestly, if I had a PC, I would totally be getting this. Once I get a Steam Deck, I'll absolutely be getting this there. Although I think this is something you want to play with a keyboard. Just the precision of movement you need for a lot of these moves to cut through and to get through. I'm worried an analog stick is gonna not feel the best. It's gonna be just a little too imprecise for what you want out of this. But it's
I can see that.
Yeah, I think this is a really cool game. I'm gonna keep playing it. And if you're playing in a browser, it remembers your cookies and stuff, so you're able to keep your progress and things like that. Bobby, while I keep playing here, I'm going to take this Santa water. Why don't you tell the folks where they can find out more about the Casual Hour and follow the other stuff that we do?
Totally. We play games like this one that you're watching now, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10:30 p.m. Central over on twitch.tv/The Casual Hour. We do quick looks Tuesdays and Thursday mornings on youtube.com/Casual Hour. And if neither of those fit your fancy, you can listen to our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Every Friday we post a new one at 9 a.m. Central. Come hang out with Bobby, Chase, and Johnny for a good time. That's the casual guarantee. Almost as many bats as you see here is how many good times we have.
Yeah. Bobby, thanks a lot for hanging out and seeing some Vampire Survivors, and hopefully we survive 2022.
Hopefully so. Thanks, Chase.
See you later.